One of the cool things about fixing photos in the Camera Raw editor is the fact you can edit multiple shots in one go. So let's select all of these photographs. They were taken in the same location using the same lighting setup, and if we drag them into Photoshop, they'll open up in the Camera Raw editor. So if I pop up to the highlight clipping warning icon and click here, or press 0 for overexposed, you can see you've got blown out areas on this particular part of the car's highlights. You can also zoom forward to other shots and you can see, yep, there's some exposure problems there and we've lost detail in the highlights. So what we can do is select all the shots in one go and then use the recovery slider to claw back hidden highlight detail. If I drag it to the right there, then we're restoring some of those blown out highlights to reveal some texture and detail. If I go back now to the previous shots, you'll see that the red patches are much less dramatic, so we've recovered some of the highlight detail. Now to boost the colours in our shots in one go, we can drag vibrance to the right because they're all selected, and as I take this up to around about 45, you can see there's a little exclamation mark saying the shots are being edited. When that disappears, we know that the colours have been boosted in each individual shot, so we've got much more vibrant looking blues there now. And if need be, you could even go to the Details tab here and sharpen up all of the shots in one go by increasing the values in these sliders. But once you've made your adjustments to all of the photographs, you need to go through them one by one just to make sure that those adjustments suit each individual photograph. So let's go back to Details and have a look at the first shot. And this one here needs to be rotated, but the other ones don't. So we're just selecting that particular shot, and then we can click Rotate clockwise to straighten it up and get the correct orientation. Next thing to do is to have a look at this shot down here, and this one I would say was slightly underexposed, so we can boost the exposure of that by dragging the slider to the right. You can also fill in some of the darker details without overexposing these highlights by using the fill light slider, and that lightens up those midtones, but we're not getting any clipping on the car. If we do have clipping problems still, go back to shots where they exist. Maybe this one here has got a bit of clipping. Yep, you can see that clipping quite clearly. Let's just zoom in to have a better look at it. And what we can do is reduce exposure to reduce the amount of clipping. And if we're losing detail in the background there, we can always then add the fill light just to brighten up the background, but try and keep clipping at a minimum. We can even increase recovery to try and claw back even more highlight detail. There we go. We've banished all of the clip pixels there and restored some of the detail to these particularly bright areas, but just in this selected shot. And the cool thing about all these handy thumbnails is you can see whether the shots look consistent by comparing them to their predecessors. And this one here still looks slightly underexposed, so I'm going to click on that and pop exposure up to the right just to brighten up the shot and create a better looking exposure. And that now works better with the other photographs. Again, this one probably could do with a bit of fill light just to get it looking consistent. So you've seen how to select all the shots and make adjustments to all of their color in one go and to adjust their recovery and exposure, but you can also see how to target and tweak the needs of individual shots as well. And once you click done, then all of the shots will be stored and all the changes you made to each individual photograph will be remembered. So if you open them in the future, you can carry on from where you left off. And that's the lovely thing about editing in RAW. You can go back to your source photograph, drag it back into Photoshop at any time in the future, and all of those slider settings that you made earlier with vibrance, for example, or recovery will be in exactly the same place. So that's how to get started with the Camera Raw editor in Photoshop Elements. But if you own the full version of Photoshop, Photoshop CS5, then you'll find that the Camera Raw editor there has got a few more tricks up its sleeve, and we'll have a look at those in the next movie.